Good.
This is Bagheera, the beautiful Morgan 32 that has changed our lives forever. Last October, the most extraordinary event happened. Bagheera was given to us for $1. A lot more on that later. This part of the story is how we picked up Bagheera and sailed her home. We live in Montreal, and Bagheera was in the US, in Huron, Ohio. So the border closures between the US and Canada due to COVID had put a bit of a dent in our plans. Thankfully, with some added logistics, we figured out a way to go pick her up.
The first few days of the trip were pretty intense. Bagheera hadn't been in the water for almost 3 years at this point, so everything needed to be looked over. Just to make things a little bit more interesting, we had to quarantine on the boat for 14 days once we got back into Canadian waters. This meant lots of stocking up.
Jing jing. Trying to get rid of the corona while drinking the corona. A little counterproductive.
My name is Tom, and this is my buddy Andre, who within 2 days of hearing about this crazy plan was on a plane with me and gung-ho. Thanks again, Andre. There's no way we could have done this without you.
I'm Amandine, and unfortunately, I couldn't get the time off work to sail Bagheera home like we had planned, so I had to miss out on this part of the adventure.
After 3 days of big work, we are finally on the water. Yeah. Here's what waits us. Cruising along in a smooth little 6 knots, about 10 knots of breeze. Absolutely gorgeous. What a great day to be sailing.
Oh, le drapeau est mis!
We just made it into Canada, so Canada flag goes up.
Welcome back. Welcome to Canada.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
After crossing Canadian customs on the northern shore of Lake Erie, we hoisted El Sombrero and headed east towards the Welland Canal.
clear.
Pas large pareil, hein? Aïe, aïe, aïe! Scary! Oh my gosh. Fuck. Dégueulasse, mon gars. Holy fuck. After waking up to some serious grossness this morning, we're finally starting to get a handle on the situation. We got the sails and the bimini in the water. Try to get the shit and the bugs off of them. And it's finally starting to somehow work. Doing everything we can. We even got a little smoking pot going. Try to smoke them out of the cockpit. It's still pretty gross in here though.
We were settling into life aboard, and Bagheera was sailing beautifully. With just a slight breeze, she would cruise at 4 to 5 knots. Even when the seas picked up, Bagheera would surf down swells effortlessly. Needless to say, I was very impressed. At this point, we had made it across the lake to the Welland Canal, whose 8 locks would bring us around Niagara Falls and down into Lake Ontario.
As we don't.
After an easy transit through the canal, we sailed north to Toronto. From there, we would head west, along Lake Ontario's northern shore, where we would meet, for the first time on this trip, some heavier weather. The rougher it got, the more Bagheera seemed to feel at home, easily handling everything Lake Ontario threw her way.
Aujourd'hui, comment faire la cuisine à 20 nœuds.
Bonne chance!
Attachez bien vos chaudrons. Ici, il y a des petits stands. Le chaudron il est bien pris. Puis c'est pareil. Puis les patates, il faut faire attention parce que parfois, ils roulent par terre comme ça.
There's no reception here. We're in the middle of Lake Ontario on the main duck island, and we found out that the stereo system not only works, but it's got a CD in it. And it's wonderful. Thanks again, Paul. El sombrero is bringing us home.
Ready. Mona Lisa, many blame you. You also like the woman with the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely?
Coming up on the last lock of the trip. Just waiting for the green light to go in.
Do you smile to tempt your lover?
We have made it to Lake St. Louis. 3 long weeks. We're here.
And what a wonderful 3 long weeks it was. Now it was time to demast and haul Bagheera out of the water. We had some work to do before she was ready for her biggest adventure yet.
Check on my wife.